Every thriving and successful relationship and marriage is not just the product of love alone, but it's actually the direct product of actions that has its roots in love. In this video, I want to educate us on what I call the master key or surest principle for a thriving relationship and marriage. And we are going to learn this principle from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 6, which says, "And I, Paul speaking now, planted, and Apollos water it, and God giveth the increase." Here we see that threefold cord between Paul, Apollos, and God. And like we also have in every relationship and marriage, which is a product of God, the man, and the woman. But we see a principle in this passage that showed why this threefold cord, which the Bible said is not easily broken, was able to produce results. It was the fact, first of all, that Paul was willing to plant, Apollos was willing to water, then was God committed to giving the increase. Meanwhile, as a matter of fact, scripture says that forever, O God, that word is settled in heaven. So it means that God's part is always settled, is already always done. So for everything to work, God is waiting for the two other people, especially now in the context of a relationship or marriage, to put in the required level of action that is needed for that relationship to work. So this is the master key and the surest principle for a thriving and a successful relationship. It is that first of all, Paul must be willing to plant and Apollos must be willing to water. Only then can they see the result that they want to see in their relationship or marriage. So it will mean in the context of relationship and marriage that it is not love that makes a relationship to thrive. Listen very carefully. I repeat, it is not love alone that makes a relationship or marriage to thrive. It is love that translates itself into the required and needed action that is needed for that relationship to thrive. Only that kind of love can make a relationship or marriage to thrive. So anywhere you see a relationship that is thriving or a marriage that is working, it will mean that you have two people who are not just in love with themselves, but they are putting in the minimum level of required action that is needed for that relationship or marriage to thrive and to be successful. So irrespective of what you feel, irrespective of how much you love this person, irrespective of how much you are attracted to this person, if you are not putting the minimum level of action and investment that is needed for that relationship to work or marriage to work in all ramifications that is needed, then there is no assurance that that relationship will work, irrespective of how much love and attraction that you have for each other. This is the principle. So for every thriving relationship and marriage, they are not just made up of people that just love themselves, but they are people who have translated their love into investment, into the required investment that is needed for that relationship or marriage to work. So I'm hoping and believing that by the virtue of this video, you understand and your heart has been recalibrated, your understanding has been recalibrated to reposition yourself not to see relationship just as a fun ground, but as a labor ground for you to put the required effort for whatsoever you want to see in that relationship. So I want to urge us not to see relationship as a place where you go to relax, but it's a place where actually you go to put in the minimum level of investment that is required for that relationship to work. This is the master key, the surest principle and the surest assurance that a relationship will work. It is that Paul must be willing to plant, Apollos must be willing to water. Only then can they receive the harvest of the desires that they want in their relationship or marriage.
This is Moment with David Sunday, where faith is imparted every minute.